Shalom and welcome back to Challenging Torah, or Challenging Torah 2.0, as we begin a new role, a new round, once again with In the Beginning, Bereishit. In the beginning, or when God began to create the heaven and the earth being unformed and void, with darkness over the face of the deep, and a wind from God sweeping over the water. In the beginning, there was tohu and vohu. Tohu vavohu, chaos and void, a space. At this very moment of recording, we are in the tohu and vohu moment of the year. Before we hit the rewind button, but we've already finished the last button, we are between the ending with the v'zot habracha, as we say, and this is the blessing at the end of Deuteronomy, and Bereishit bara, this is the beginning, one more time of creation, on Simchat Torah, which is this Thursday. The day before, we stand over the void. We haven't started and we just really haven't stopped. And it's as if the 22 letters that create, in Kabbalistic terms, the world with their sound, are hovering in the air, ready to connect with the 22 letters below. And we empty ourselves before we begin to fill again. God, too, empties God's self in a moment of what we call tzimtzum, complete withdrawal. God fills all worlds all the time, in every space and in every second. So how can God create a universe? It's already here. And God withdraws God's self. Operates from a place of anava, or humility, which we then are asked to mirror as well. This is the moment when we look at the wonders of God's creation. Anyone who has stood on the beach with us at Shabbat and watched the sun set and the moon rise and the Santa Monica Mountains in back of us knows how easy it is to become filled with awe for all that God has created in these first words of In the Beginning. But as a conservative theologian, Ishmael Shursh, points out, most of the Torah from Sinai on makes very clear, beware. Do not become one who worships mazalot, the stars in their constellations, or kochavim, the way the stars are laid out. That's really the prohibition against idolatry, much more even than those small statues, because it is so easy to forget that there is a creator behind it all. Yet we have the writings of Psalms and Job that say, Psalm 8, Ma Adam, when I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you, Holy One, have set in place, what is humanity, Ma Adam, that you are mindful of it at all? The children of mortals, that you care for them. Yet you have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with honor and glory. That's our question for the week. Ma Adam, what is a human being that you, God, should take notice of us? And we say, this is our question, Ma Adam, for the entire series that we are going to be approaching, which is what we call Musar. We have a Musar program here where we look at our own qualities of a human being and we ask ourselves, Ma Adam, what are you? What are the qualities that are in the mirror of God's qualities that form your personality, your character, and your way in the world? This is a year-long project of the Malibu Jewish Center and Synagogue in coordination with the Institute for Jewish Spirituality, sponsoring the project. And we will attempt to look at this Torah portion and all the Torah portions through the lens of Musar, of the qualities of Ma Adam. What is a human being? So, The angels are consulted, as God says in Exodus 1:26, let us make man in our image. We always ask, who's the us? We always assume it's the angels. But maybe it's the land itself, because the land has already been created. Maybe God's consulting with the mountains. What do you think? Can those human beings take care of you? In any event, we are partners with God. And in that partnership, we have a second creation story. God breathes into the clay of the rivers, breathes in the breath of life, and then it says, then the Lord God took the man, the human being, and placed him in the Garden of Eden to till it and to take care of it, to tend it. La'avda v'lishamra. Shomer means to watch and to take responsibility. We're here as God's partner, not just to rule over the earth, but to make sure that God's creation continues forever. And so, of course, the first thing we're told is be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, and take care of this precious possession that the Lord our God has given us. Just in case we miss the point, we are to take care of not only the land, but the other creatures on it. So immediately, we have the story of Cain and Abel, where Cain says, am I my brother's keeper? Well, that's a pretty obvious answer, isn't it? And so we come to the place where we are stewards of the land. We are responsible. La'avod is both to worship and to serve. We are to be the shomrim of the world. And we are asked to be present. When Adam blows it in the Garden of Eden, or Adam and Eve, God says, they go to hide. Adam hides. And he says, Ayecha, where are you, Adam? Where are you? Ayecha. And so we ask all of us, where are you? How's it working out for you right now with the land, huh? And where are you? As we look at a planet where brother's keeper, turn on the news, if we don't do something about Ebola in Africa, if we are not our brother's keeper, we have already begun to see those results of not responding in time. We're seeing the results of a planet plagued by deforestation, melting ice caps, polluted water, fossil fuels that, sure, it's a great week. We have lower oil prices because we found a new way to get fossil fuels out of the earth. How long will that work out for you? We are the Shomrim. And as those Shomrim, as we begin this year, we ask over and over, Ma Adam va'ayecha. What is a human being and where are you? Join us on Shabbat morning at the Malibu Jewish Center and Synagogue. Chag Sameach.